Hello everyone and welcome to Game Over TV. I'm your host DC Dark and with me is our good friend, it is Cantro. So we are watching a game from Land War 4 brought to you by UOIT. It was played in the fall of last year. So right now we're going to go right into it here with our pink Zerg player. It is spawning at the 6 o'clock position, Primo. Then at the 12 o'clock position we have our yellow Terran player. It is OGCantro. So right now let's talk about the map here. Do you want to say anything before we get into it?
So the map is obviously Metropolis, one of the largest maps in most map pools. It is the GSL version, which is going to be featuring island bases with creep tumor blockage, which is different from the
Destructible
rocks, due to the fact that you can't land anything here until the creep is destroyed. This only helps Zerg players because it actually blocks nothing. So if our Terran player decides he would like to go for an island base, he will need to clear this creep in some form.
Using maybe even Vikings, dropping the Vikings, and then
scanning, or using a Raven. So our first scout here for our Zerg player is going
to the 3 o'clock position.
Yeah.
Then we also have a second Overlord, and he'll be going to our 9 o'clock position.
So I'm clicking right here. You can see he's gone for spawn-in pool first at 15. So quite a little bit of a variation build by our Zerg player. Didn't delay his 15 hatch, which is standard by Zerg, making it so that he's probably going to go for some form of Ling aggression maybe, or maybe just playing safe. This is a larger map, so I'm not sure what he's scared of, to be honest, because of the long rush distance. Maybe a 2-racks. That is fairly popular because you're able to space them here and over here.
Yep.
And Zerg can't always scout them.
Then we have the Terran player coming down now. He's going to be spotting the Zerg player. You'll see that they do have both a hatch and a pool. Our Terran player has gone with a 1 barracks, looking like he's going to bank up the resources to go into a command center.
Right now he's seeing this. He sees that. He's also saw the natural, which means he knows what is going on. The real question is there's no gases being taken, so he's not really scared of a large Ling force. As you can see, our Zerg player is just going up to the standard 4, getting his first queen, and is probably just going to go and build 2 more queens after that.
We now have the Zerg player taking his Zerglings up. He'll be chasing down this SCV. And at home for our Terran player, we have a couple Marines here. He's going to wall off at his main. And then it looks like he's not got any gas yet, but that's not a telltale sign of anything. Barracks down here at the ramp, so that'll be good defense.
So right now, he hasn't taken any gas and he's gone straight for the barracks, the bunker. So these Lings have done something for the Zerg. They've scared the Terran into thinking there's something he's trying to deny this natural. So, you know, he had to build the bunker a little bit early. He did just throw down this 3rd CC, so he's not actually too scared of any kind of aggression because he saw no gases being taken. So that's the only thing. Throwing down the double gas now. So going for a Muslim-esque build where you go for a 19 command center. This command center was late due to the bunker being time to throw down a little bit early. But usually it's 19 for a command center, 22 for double gas, then 24 for the bunker. So had to do it in a little bit of reverse order, but still getting to the same place. And on our Zerg side, we see he's got up his 2nd queen and going up to a 3rd queen now. Just building drones, still no gases being taken. So and playing this pretty greedy because of the fact that he did not get a spine crawler and has really done no scouting up to this point. Checking his vision, he knows he took a natural, and that's about it.
Yep.
Not sure of gases, not sure that Terran could be coming with a huge Marauder force or Hellion all in, and Zerg has no idea.
We have Reactor going on to the barracks here at the Terran player's base and a factory, so we're going to see some Reactored Hellions. Now whether he chooses to go into a starport with Banshee remains to be seen. But
it would be the standard build for a Terran player to follow this up with. He could go for another factory and do a blue flame build, but he probably would have already thrown that down due to the how many gas, so it's probably going to be a starport. Starting the orbital command on the 3rd CC now, finishing the wall. Right now he's going out for this Overlord, which has spotted his double gas, which really doesn't tell the Zerg too much, but on the Zerg side we do see him going up to layer after taking these two gases.
And a third and fourth as well now.
So taking those double gas without taking a third base is a pretty big sign of muta play, especially since he's getting this third hatch, which is a
macro hatch.
Only one evolution chamber right now, so he's just getting that +1 carapace. It will help the Zerglings against the Hellions, being able to absorb one more shot, but speed is yet to be started for these Zerglings, so really going straight to muta as fast as possible, it's looking like. This layer is just really quick, so he is really lucky there isn't a large Hellion force, because he could possibly just die straight up to
the Hellion.
Flame build.
Yeah. And we have reactive Hellions with the starport now going to be moving over.
Terran's looking at his third and fourth gases.
He also has double armories for upgrades, which is excellent.
Which is a very tell that he's going to be playing mech this game. Cloak started for the Banshees, which he hasn't started the Banshee yet, but seems like he's going to build a couple. Going to move out with these first 4 Hellions now. More of just a scout. We checked the Terran vision right now. He hasn't really scouted since that Overlord, so he has no idea what the creep's like or anything. So these Hellions are more of just for scouting.
We do have a drone going down towards the third. Yep, right down the hatchery at the third. Hellions are just going to run right by, scout that, which is good.
Five queens. Looks like he took in all the queens from his hatchery except for this one that's going to pop out.
Oh, and they duped them out because they're so slow.
He's going right into the natural right now. There's no defense, there's no spine crawler, no nothing.
This is going to cause some damage. Here comes the queen, so that's good for the Zerg player. There's 13.
Didn't line them up, but it was just towards the extractor, thinking the queens would try to run up here, the Hellions would run into the queens and the queens would auto attack, but that didn't happen. Spire has completed and getting the +1 air Spire's attack.
Speed is going to be finishing here for Zerglings. We also have another round of Hellions from the looks like it that's moving out towards the Crete. Banshee is spotted, so that's good. And it looks like
right there, but this is going to be pushed back quite easily. So we do have 10 mutas on the way right now, and if you look at the Terran base, it's pretty open. You got like a pretty bad supply block right now. These stores are being waited to start.
So currently he doesn't have any anti-air. He's just waiting for a supply block.
If we look at the unit tab, the only anti-air right now is 5 Marines, and they're all in this bunker and on this watchtower. So not going to help him out too much. Really needs to start getting these missile turrets up. He probably could scan and see everything, because everything, all his tech is literally in one spot. But the mutas are finishing up, and this hero Marine just spotted all of them right now. So
even taking a couple shots at them. That's nice. That's nice.
So we're seeing Primo. He's going to fly in. He knows his third down from a Zergling, so he's going to go straight for it. And those doors still last about 40 seconds on, so he's all going to go down. And
we'll see them take some shots at the base here.
Lots of turrets starting for the Terran player, and all the spots, key spots, one here, there.
Protecting his minerals and some of his tech, which is good.
But,
oh, this is getting close. See if it does go down.
Losing a couple of SCVs there. Just by touching on their line.
Yep, and Manson is down.
Still building units at this moment. Hasn't gone up to the layer.
And with infested though. There's some stray Hellions that are. Oh, that one does manage to fly.
Fly people there, but
you know.
They're flying in. They're a little pumped, so they're going to take some splash. So he's just going to back off. He knows it's a mech build now. Just with that flying, he's seen that all the factories, so he knows what it's planning at. Instantly throws down the Roach Warren, which is a good call.
Ready to raise some hell.
tech to deal with these swords.
Breaking down the rocks. Excellent. Then we have our Zerg player here. It looks like he's going for a 4th base in the 5th position, and the drone now taking the 4th one as well. So
we're just gonna go up to the amount of bases, and that's one of the good things this map's good for. You have your side of the map that is, you can only be attacked with these 2 narrow chokes. So you're pretty much almost guaranteed 5 bases. Everybody gets to chase down the sword, but really good hits there by the sword.
2 of the SCVs do fall.
Look at quite a few mutas there, down to only a handful of mutas now. So pretty good for the Terran player, just keeping that muta count low. Yeah, able to build siege tanks now and not have to just overcommit the Thors. Only one good thing Terran's got going for him right now is he's about to finish 2-2, and if Zerg just started, it's 2-2. But he does have patches glands on the way and hive, so he's going to be able to get up to his hive tech pretty quickly here. Being that the spire's already down, he'd be able to start the greater spire right away, but you just got no units, just no.
It's
no
very low cost than basic units right now, between the Zerglings and then some of the queens. Currently, the 4 infestors will be those. Oh. That's good turret placement, lots of turrets. He's got lots of money, so turrets are not a factor at this point. 2-2 the walls are down, so time and attack, which is pretty standard. He's gonna roll out.
Right now we're just seeing Muta Ling from the Zerg player, which this composition is just a straight walk over. He could morph a lot of Bailings or something along those lines, but 3-3 started for a Zerg player.
Now for our Zerg player, we do have the Greater Spire and an Ultralisk Cavern coming.
But they won't be done in time to deal with his army. He's got the Corruptors building already. He's got a lot of roaches. This time he's kind of postponed the top. Thor. Just see now the only issue here is almost both players are maxed, and Zerg is maxed on roaches and a
Roach,
couple of broodlords.
Ling,
So
yeah.
he really want more broodlords for this composition. Lings are gonna try and run by. Walls go up, so
They
they're
are
gonna be taken
gonna
out. So that's kind of
melt.
free units at this point. Um,
Which isn't a bad thing. Looking at the bank, like there is
yeah.
the opportunity for him to replace it, but it's going to be a gas-heavy replacement, and right now he just doesn't have that gas
Yeah.
for it.
And we're seeing the Corvette reactor begin for our Terran player, so clearly gonna go into some Ravens, but he's out here, he's coming for a push. He's got a lot of Thors. He's up to 10 Thors right now, and 4 Vikings, so he doesn't have a huge anti-air army, but he does have really good upgrades being at 3-3, and he's moving in here, and one Infestor gets taken out.
Oh,
A lot of fungals going down on the air units right at the front, but some big hits going on in the middle of that Broodlord clump. But instant transfuses from these queens, all the queens being pulled from every base to transfuse this. And,
excellent play by the Zerg player there.
Yeah,
Keeping the
transfuses
Broodlords
are really
alive.
helping him. This is pretty much saving him at this point. Army supply dipping quite a bit for the Terran, almost 30 supply behind at this point. There's one tank, and Zerg's going to be able to push this back. He's following it up with 23 roaches, so clearly worried about a follow-up after this.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I don't know if that's the right call, due to the fact that, he's moving these
the Thor's got,
sacrifice the body.
yeah.
But he's going to go for a more heavy unit count with Broodlord Roach and Queen instead of Infestor, which isn't always bad, but it's got a time limit on it. It doesn't work forever. This mech army's already at 3-3. These roaches are only at 2-1, and the Broodlords are 0-1, so or 1-0 I should say. So they're not really going to be that helpful in this situation. His army is not really that upgraded well, so it's kind of going back and forth between upgrades, so it's not really helping him out a whole lot in this situation.
No, and it looks like he's finally getting some spine crawlers, but it's all into the base, so he's expecting more so drop play, which is kind of an interesting idea considering the fact that we haven't really seen any kind of tech leading to that. He doesn't have any medevacs coming out, but at the same time, it also protects him if in case there's any Hellion run-bys.
Yeah.
But he should have vision of that, I should say, with the creep tumors that are going down.
Got some drops coming here. He upgraded drops, and he's going to try and drop these roaches into the 5th base. But
missile
the
turrets.
turret ring here is just going to take these out with the Vikings. One roach gets down, but it's going to be roach versus an auto turret.
This is
the most heated battle so far in this game. It's close.
Oh no!
Roach is going to win that every time, probably. But seeing him trying to respread his creep, get that Broodlord army up. Does he even have any corruptors at this point? No, he actually has no corruptors, so he's really relying on these queens to be his anti-air unit. But he does have some in production, I think. Nope, he's just getting a whole lot of upgrades.
Yeah, but he's building another Spire as well, so it looks like he's going to try going for double upgrades.
Yeah, he's got the upgrades for the Ultralisk as well, so you can make a tech switch, but this is like the worst map for that kind of tech switch. We're seeing our Terran player move out, going for the engagement, really spreading out his units. Got Ravens up here, Ravens with his army.
We'll see him probably drop him down from the top there. Just kind of waiting.
A lot of corruptors have come into the play, so that has helped out.
There we
Here
go.
comes the Ravens. Hunter Seeker Missile on the Broodlords. Losing a whole chunk of Broodlords, but losing the Ravens to trade for it. But this is pretty much a wash, but look at the Zerg just instantly remaxing. But morphing 8 Broodlords right on top of the Terran army.
Just
saying
taunting
it's
him.
time for you to go home. But
Queens are pushing him back, which is good, but they'll be off creep here momentarily.
yeah, respreading the creep though. But the thing is, he's not building more. He's not getting infestors. He's not getting more Broodlords. He's not getting more corruptors. He literally just built as many roaches as he could. And we're seeing our Terran player have 1-1 finished up here. More Ravens, more Thors. Like he's countering Broodlords perfectly. And I feel like the Zerg needs to either overcommit to roaches or overcommit to Broodlords. He needs to do one or the other, because he can't do this back and forth forever, because the Terran army only needs to get a couple good Hunter Seeker missiles, and this game could be over.
Yes.
So, Terran on 5 bases, Zerg on 5 bases. Zerg has now established a more center base, and is going to try and get another one. So clearly wants to get more gas, but his upgrades just are.
They're behind.
He's got double spire, and he's not started his upgrades, even though he's got 2,000, and he's almost max. So it's got a fairly low infestor count. Got a few spine crawlers, a lot of roaches. Looks like he's going to try some more drop play here. Terran's moving out, so this is probably might be a good time to do this kind of play, but you might want to wait on those. But here they go. They're coming in. Terran's way out of position at the moment, but he's got a few units at home, so it's not going to be the end of the world. Terran going down. He's going to try and take out this six o'clock center base, and these roaches have made their way into the base. So, but a few Thors and stuff are staying at home. Now see, like, those infestors are all the way over here. They should be fungal in that. That's a huge ball.
That's a nice clump.
Yeah. So Terran scanning ahead, just making sure he sees the infestors.
He also has some SCVs in that army composition, which is good. He's going to be getting some repairs done. Hellions will be going to the front.
Big fungal. All the Hunter Seeker missiles, all the Blue Lords were super clumped up and got caught by the Ravens. So this army is just melting away to the Terran army, and Zerg really doesn't have anything. I was commenting on the roaches before, and you're seeing it now. The roaches, with not a lot of upgrades, these Thors are just going to melt them eventually.
Yes.
And
we're just back.
Those are either man mules or repair mules. And he's repairing all the Thors. So pretty much, like, he knows the Zerg's going to remax on Roach or Ling. Ling would have been the better choice in this scenario just because of the amount of units he would have been able to produce really quickly. But he's got such low mineral count right now. He's mining off these bases. He's just not getting the money he needs, being that his natural and main are both washed up. But here we see our Terran player just
targeting down the Ultralisk Cavern.
Yeah, and he's literally just moving into the natural. There's nothing to stop him. A few roaches met up with these Thors here and were able to just stop them, but only momentarily. And I'm pretty sure this is over. We're seeing, look at the Terran. He's still producing units at home.
Zerg is only at 80 supply right now. He won't be moving much further anyway. Yeah. We have Greater Spire, spawning pool going down.
Still got this one Spire, but he's losing the hive. He hasn't started any of his tech structures at his other buildings, which he could still do, but
right now with that amount of minerals though, he spends it on 27 roaches
and +3 attack, which I don't know if any of those are the right choice right now. Catching these infestors that were caught up here in the top of the main right now, one gets out, but the supply count is a max Terran versus a little more than 100 supply Zerg. So not really much to do here, and there's a GG, and pretty, I wouldn't say one-sided, but just some really good fights by our Terran. Maybe not the most ideal composition from our Zerg.
Missing a couple things here with the choke points.
Could have had spines.
Yep, could have had some spines. Delayed the Terran player.
A few more fungals would have helped out a lot too. Not dropping a lot of infested Terrans. Infested Terrans would have been ideal in that situation due to the fact that he did have, when that attack came, he did have 2/2. Infested Terrans would have been able to at least maybe not killed every Raven, but maybe postponed it some of them. Yep. But just well controlled by the Terran as well. Sending those Ravens in right away, not giving the Zerg the chance to split. And we can just go to the unit loss tab, and that really tells the story of the game.
It's huge.
It's just different. The difference in it is ridiculous. The one thing that Terran got away with a lot in this game was not having to overcommit on siege tanks.
Yes.
Due to the roach count always being there, but not being very high.
And what that means too is a siege tank lineup is typically going to be something that you can use to outrange a player, and it's great if you're going to have spine crawlers from the Zerg player, because you can just set up your siege tanks, siege them up, take out the spine crawlers from afar. But we didn't see any spine crawlers, so that either means that the Terran didn't have to make the siege tanks, or what should have happened was the Zerg player should react to the fact that there weren't any siege tanks and make spine crawlers to delay that army.
Yeah, so well played game on both sides. Very close. Seeing almost every unit in the game and every tech structure being built. And I think that's about it.
Yep. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. This will be going here live on our YouTube page, Game Over TV. And what you guys can do if you want is keep tuning into us. We'll be creating more content and publishing it here on this YouTube page.
Thank you.